TSP, we like to welcome you. Every show we drop a gem on you to invest in you. We giving you the game, not no lame shit. These other podcasts talk about the same shit. We talk sports, world news, entertainment. Good eats on that grill, we get dangerous. TSP, we like to welcome you. Your day, week, month, we hope that we can help you through.
Yes, sir. TSP episode 217 live stream. We're back, baby. I'm your host, Bobby Hall, and with me, as always, that's young D-Lo, Dylan Lesevich. Dylan, how we doing, man?
Oh, we're hanging in there.
Vacay hangover?
A little bit. I don't know if I'd consider it a hangover. Post vacation depression. I'm feeling like you did a few weeks ago, probably. Minus the I've had no knife in the corner or anything like that. But it's the end of the weekend hits. Can't believe it went by as quick as it did, and you wait all year for it, and it's gone as quick as it came, pretty much. So, but it was a good time. It was much needed mentally, physically. Given the circumstances, I guess the R&R was not there. The R&R came after the vacation. So that's why we come back a little early. That's where the R&R comes in at home. For those that don't know, I went to Disney World with the family. Brought our moms as a thank you for helping out during Jen's deployment. The wife was gone for 6 months, and they played a huge hand in making sure that everyone's routine stayed the same and not a beat was missed through that. So thank you to them. Big shout out there. A great time was had. We were at Disney World from Sunday night till Thursday morning, and great time. It was a great time. A lot of memories were made, and a lot of learning was made. I told the wife that we want to kind of make this maybe if we can swing it, make it a yearly vacation there. Maybe test out the waters in different avenues now that we know, because the first trip is kind of like a learning curve, like things that you learn to save time, save money. And different avenues that you could have took, maybe to, I don't know, I guess, I make the experience a little bit better, for lack of a better term, because I got the epic focus going on right now at 10:30 at night. So not adjusted to the third shift sleep schedule yet. So that starts, I guess, tonight. Got to force myself up and get back on that track of things, going back to work Monday, but. Yeah, a lot of memories were had, man. I could share a couple photos here with you. So I guess right off the balcony, me and the wifey. You can see the Magic Kingdom in the background there. You got that castle in the top left, little dot there. I guess the camera doesn't do justice, but people know. When you take photos, things look a lot farther away than they appear in real eye. But that's that. Here's in Hollywood Studios. That's the Tower of Terror. It's pretty much like a demon drop or a power tower type of ride where you go up an elevator and it drops, but it's not like a continuous drop. It's kind of more of like a hop situation. But hey, I do want to note that 3 of us went up there, but only 2 of us rode it. Okay.
Okay. I was not sure where you're going with that. Only 2 of us returned.
Yeah. 2 of us actually rode it because it was me, my daughter, and the wife, and someone got off before the ride went up, and it wasn't me or my daughter. So it's
wow. Okay, I thought for sure it was gonna be the kid.
No. She actually said, "We'll see you down there, Mama," and she rode it. She might have not liked it as much, but hey, she's proud. She bragged to her friends that she rode it, so that was good. She also rode her first big girl ride. It went upside down. It did some corkscrews. And here's a photo of that one. As you can see, in the bottom right there, that she is with the face paint. And having a great time. And also, you pay a lot of money at Disney World, but God damn it, they do such a great job for the kids, and they make their world a happy place because it's the magical place in the world. Our resort, whoever was cleaning our room, whoever was assigned to our room each day, they would do like cute things with like their stuffed animals. So when we come back from a long day of at the park, you would come back to their stuffed animals in different areas of the room. Like they put like headphones on the stuffed animals and kind of played around with that. So that was kind of fun. Girls had a good time. This one's at Magic Kingdom, and I shit you not, dude. When you go into Magic Kingdom, it's like walking into a like real life cartoon. Like it's weird. Like you walk into like I don't know if the colors. This is not a sunny day. It's overcast, so it kind of didn't do it justice. But walking into like these parks, man, the attention to detail, and it could be just the grown up in me. That's what I was most impressed with. Like you're walking around like Hollywood Studios, and it's like you're in like you're walking around like actual Hollywood in like the 80s or 70s, like old style Hollywood. Same thing with Magic Kingdom. You're walking into like a real life cartoon. Like it's pretty incredible, the attention to detail. And with Epcot, we went through Epcot as well. Maybe not do that again with kids. There's more of like a couple attractions for them, but it's more like just a walk around and food, drinks kind of thing for the kiddos. But Epcot, even attention to detail with each country. We got the turkey leg. For some reason, that photo didn't save because I put it on my Snap story. If whoever follows me on Snap, I did get the turkey leg, but don't have a photo of it here for you. But it was a great turkey leg. Find that in America. All right, America's kind of like the halfway point when you're going around the world. But yeah, plenty of different drinks. I think I tried this Japanese shot. And
There we go.
I forgot the name of it, but it packed a punch, man. It went smooth, and like all of a sudden, the nasal cavity was on fire. So I just asked.
Sake.
I don't know what it was. I think it started with a B. But anyways, they pay attention to detail because each country obviously had their like the cast members of each country was from that country. So it's like you don't have some like random Caucasian in Japan. You know what I'm saying? Like you have London people in the UK, you have like the Germans of Germany, all that kind of stuff. And yeah, it was a great time, man. At the airport, they had a vending machine of hot sauces. So that was cool to see. I didn't get any, but it was odd, and I took a picture of it. So there's that. So yeah, man, it was a great time. I definitely want to do it again, learn from the experiences, and just for example, one example would be the transportation. Like, so they have this monorail, which is basically a train system, electric train system that takes you from like resorts to different parks and stuff, but it doesn't go to all parks. You have to sometimes take a bus. So we thought that we never saw a bus at our resort because it was underneath the monorail. We never went underneath the monorail. We were always taking the train. So long story short, we were trying to get to this one place that only accepts buses. The train doesn't go there. So we took the train to go to the transportation station to catch a bus there. Lo and behold, we had a bus that was at the Floridian, which was our resort, the whole time. So we spent like basically 35, 45 minutes of pointless transportation just to end up right where we were to get the bus where we were at 45 minutes ago. So, I mean, it's like stuff like that. And then I highly recommend, if you can also swing it, get the Lightning Pass. That's basically skip the line pretty much. The only thing is you have to like schedule the time of when you want these rides and show up during that hour window. And yeah, man, we did that for the last day, and it saved us at least 2 hours on some of these things. Oh, shit. Speaking of, I do have, except for photos, I have 2 videos. This is a part of a ride that we went on. Rise, it was some Star Wars one, Rise Against something, but it was incredible. I'm not a Star Wars guy, Bobby, and this was like one of the most craziest rides experiences I've ever had at a theme park, amusement park, because it takes you, basically you become in the movie. Like you're in the movie. Like you go from this random, like you thought it was just gonna be like a trackless ride with a video, like there's like 3D rides or whatever, into a completely different experience where it blew us all for a surprise. away unless because I don't want to give it away.
You're muted when the video plays, so whatever you just started saying, you got to restart.
Oh, so basically that was a live action shot of you're part of this like basically movie. You're part of Star Wars at this point in time because we entered this what we thought was just the ride, a stand-up ride where you're just going to okay, this is one of those things where you're just going to watch the TV and kind of feel the motions here and there. And then all of a sudden, the doors open saying that, hey, your ship's getting taken over. Follow the line. And that it takes us into that room where it's like, it's a real life fucking it's big ass room with fucking stormtroopers there. And we're told to like follow these instructions and it takes us to like a whole different experience where it's like you're in a movie. Like it's pretty cool. It's well worth the wait. And we also celebrated, me and the wife, all ended on this one as a recap. Or to end the cap, but celebrated our 9 years on the 9th, and we had a nice little rooftop dinner, and ended it with some fireworks over at the Magic Kingdom, where they paired up the audio on the rooftop of the resort that we were at, and it didn't miss a beat. So here's a little clip of that as well. You get it's fireworks, but it was pretty cool, man. It was a good time. Would love to do it again.
What'd you get?
I got it all, man.
To eat?
Got it all. Yeah. So basically, it's a.
What the fuck's that mean?
It's one of those things where it's like it wasn't too bad. It's like I think $100 a person, and you get an appetizer, an entree, and a dessert. And you just get to pick off the menu there of what you want. So we got some sushi, and they have like their own specific name for it, but it was pretty good sushi. Had like the spicy mayo on it and good shit like that. And she got, what did she get? I think she got like a sirloin or of some sort, like a steak of some sort. I don't remember the cut exactly, but it was fantastic because obviously I wanted a piece, and it was delightful, melted in the mouth. And I got some pork tenderloin with had like shavings of sliced apple. I had photos of it. Again, one of those things where I posted on Snap thinking that it would save my camera roll, but it did not. It expired and went away forever. But and then she got this blueberry goat cheese cheesecake type deal, and I had like this decadent dark chocolate like 4 or 5 layer cake. It was more like a brick. But it was fantastic, man. Loved all of it. Loved the time. Well spent and well needed.
All right. I guess you did get it all.
Yeah, it was great.
That was maybe one of your best answers I've ever gotten from you.
Yeah. They were like, we gotta save money. We gotta do all this and stuff, and trying to save money like during the vacation. It's like, no. You save money for the vacation. You don't save money during the vacation. You splurge on the vacation, man. You worry about the damage later. Okay? That's how I like to live. You budget for vacation for a reason. You don't budget during the vacation.
Yeah, man, for sure. Plus you schedule it out right, because I'm the same way, man. If we do something, we're leaving Sunday, I want to be back Thursday. Because I want to have that Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I want to have some days at home to decompress. Because, while it is a vacation, you're doing all kinds of shit. You're keeping tabs on this, keeping tabs on that. It can still be a little stressful. So being able to come home and just like unwind and, being able to get all your affairs in order before you got to drag your ass back to work. Like that's just the way to do it, instead of getting home Sunday or something. And then you're boom, 8 hours later, you're packing your lunch, heading on into the job. So
yeah, and I felt like
absolutely the way to do it.
Right, 100%. That was exactly what I was thinking going into it all. And sorry if it sounded like I was just rambling and kind of going all over the place. I wanted to touch up on a lot in a little bit of time because I know we have a guest to bring on. And there's obviously, I probably didn't do it justice, but rest assured, I had a great time. The kids had a wonderful time.
We were on a little break. We had the turkey fry last Saturday, which I was glad you were able to attend before you flew out the next day.
Yes.
Another successful turkey fry. Great food, great time, great vibes. Not so much for my Bucks, but it's okay as long as they can show up in the playoffs. We'll be all right. I'll take what happened to the Buckeyes Saturday over what's transpired this week with the University of Michigan and their coaching staff and everything going on over there. That's not a fun time. What a story, man. But yeah. We got a guest today, and then we got a guest next Saturday, which, Dila, don't forget next week, is the TSP Awards. Foco of the Year, Cuck of the Year, MVP, Rookie of the Year. So make sure you get that in. We'll also probably post some stuff like on the Instagram stories, maybe on Facebook as well, because I want to see what some of your nominees will be for some of these categories. And then we'll be crowning the 2025 Kyle of the Year as well. That's always a fun one. And probably sometime this week coming up, I'll be publishing the 2025 All-Pro Grillers list. So that's always a contentious post. So we'll see what people think. There's been some movement this year for some people. They may not like it, but I got to go off what I see. You know what I mean? So
Sure.
Big week this week. I'm getting told right now that my volume sounds crazy.
Does it sound crazy?
That's what I was told.
They didn't say it in the comments. It doesn't exist if they didn't say it in the comments.
I got texted that. Damn. Way to derail. It was Matt Smith derailing us. My boy.
Oh, look at this guy.
Loud. It's super quiet, he said.
Super quiet. No, you're fine.
Damn.
It's on his end.
Gotta be, right?
Start talking.
Chad's saying your volume's loud, but mine's too quiet.
I didn't even spell my name right, so it doesn't even count.
He spelled it like our backup quarterback. I'm getting told. Oh my god, we're getting three different answers from three different people, man. I don't know what to think.
They're all liars.
Our guest said we sound good.
They're all liars.
He apologized in all caps, so you got to give him credit on that.
I do.
And speaking of Chad, that's one of our winners this week. I did run while you were on vacay. Our giveaway, we gave away 2 free $10 bets for the 1 p.m. slate tomorrow. I don't know, man. People just kind of didn't want to take the 30 seconds to like the post. I mean, that's all it took. I put your name on a wheel, spun the wheel twice, and Chad here won, who's with us, and then our other buddy, Julian Guzman, he won as well. So
yeah,
I actually ended up riding his bet too. So we're riding these guys' bets as well, on top of making the bet for them as well. So it'd be really cool if one or both hit.
Yeah, it needs to hit now if we're double dipping on this shit. So
True.
It's
Yeah, you're right.
It needs to hit. We're the real losers here if it doesn't. But I mean,
video too.
Oh, this fucking guy. While you do that, let's recap. Everyone knows what this time of year brings, and that's usually the recap of all recaps, and that's how the podcast is doing. So as of a couple days ago, we do have recaps on the podcast of this year. We are up a total. This is just Spotify, by the way, not everything. So just Spotify, our Spotify audience, which is usually the lower of all things, because usually people use Apple Podcasts or just the YouTube. So it's cool to see this audience go up 83%. Total new audience up 999%, and total followers on Spotify went up 9% there. We are top 5 countries listen to United States, Avi, Canada, United Kingdom, Germany, and South Africa is the top 5 countries for TSP on Spotify. What does this have? Oh, that's pretty much the same thing here. Top episode, TSP 191 with NASA's very own Tanner Trent on Spotify. That is Spotify only. And then we are top fans for 10 Spotify listeners. So 10 of you are number one, or TSP is number 1 in your list of podcasts. So if you're one of those 10, be sure to screenshot that and tag us in a social media post. We like to share that and we'll have to do something for you guys for sure. If you guys screenshot that, share it to your story, tag us, post it, tag us. Make sure you tag us so we can see it, and then we can just go from there and figure out something. Me and Bobby can figure something out.
Yeah, and I sent that other graphic to Tanner. He got a kick out of that, being the top episode there. I wish I'm an Apple boy through and through. Apple Music, all the Apple podcasts, and they do a year in review type of thing on the Apple Music side, but they still don't do it on podcasts. I don't know why. So that's one thing that I always give the nod to on Spotify. It's cool that they do that. I wish YouTube would do that for us, because that's kind of emerged as our like top platform as far as listener/viewership. So it'd be cool to kind of see those numbers as well, especially now that we're getting a little bit into the live stream game. But yeah, I don't know, Matt. I know you're watching this right now, and I appreciate it. Make sure you hit like, and if you guys are watching, please hit like. But I don't know. 2 out of 3 people are saying that we sound okay. Well, your volume was loud, and then Matt said you're loud and I'm quiet. But I'm looking at my shit. My volume's at like 156.
I mean, I got you right here. You're not clipping at all. You're right where you need to be, right in the yellow. So
okay, and then Tori just texted me, said we sound good as well, or I sound good. So
what about me?
Waiting
Tori,
for Dylan.
Tori, anything?
Dylan sounds okay. Yeah, we sound good.
Okay. All right, we're good.
Okay, and then Chad's in here, so we're both fine now. So I don't know. Matt also had. It sounded like he had some sort of like heater going on in the background. Furnace, loud ass furnace. But
sounds like he needs to change his prescription, his glasses.
Why his glasses?
I don't know.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, change your prescription, Matt.
We're back, baby. But all right. We've taken 25 minutes. We got our guest that we're about to have come in here. Fireplace. That's right, Matt. I'm getting texts. That's crazy. I love you, Matt. But anyways, we got a guest today for episode 217. D'Lo, he was first with us on episode 104, way back April of 2021. So we're nearing almost 5 years since he's been on. So we're gonna play a little catch up with him. He had just started Synder Woodworking when he joined us, and I think that was one of the reasons he popped in with us. So we're gonna kind of check in on that, see how the business is going. He's also a fellow pro wrestling fan as well. So the reason that we're an hour late is because we had to watch John Cena, his last match. So we'll definitely be touching up on that as well. And what else? He also was one of our sponsors of the 12-hour stream. So very appreciative of that. And it's just going to be a good time to play catch-up.
I don't got that for some reason. All right, yeah. You're good.
Okay, all good. But anyways, for episode 217, we have great friend of the show, Nick Snyder, joining us this week. And boom, there he is. Nick, how we doing, man? Welcome back to the show. Like I said, episode 104 was the first one. We're on 217, almost 5 years later. How we doing, man?
Hanging in there. How you guys doing?
Not too bad.
About the same.
Yeah. About the same, man. About the same. I guess before we dive in, I mean, it's fresh on our mind, man. John Cena's last match. You kind of, we were texting a little bit about it earlier today. You kind of thought some shenanigans were going to take place, but it was just a regular match start to finish, and he's out, man. He's bowing out.
Yeah, I guess I was about half right on my prediction earlier. I had a feeling he'd go out, put Gunther over a little bit more. That's just the way John is, but I was just waiting for the Rock's music or someone to hit, because I don't think anyone would be mad him coming back for one more match after he lost.
The usual thing is, like, I guess when a guy gets ready to retire in wrestling, you're supposed to end it on your back. You take the loss, and you kind of just pass the torch. So he did kind of the typical thing there, but I think a lot of people had the feeling that maybe he was going to pull it out, because that's just what John Cena does every time you think he's about to lose. He goes super Super Cena mode and turns it up. But the only weird thing about it was just, I don't know, the ending was kind of odd to me, just because like he like looked into the camera and like smiled, and then he did this like nonchalant tap out, which was kind of odd to me. But other than that, it was a really good match. I had started watching because they even did like a countdown at like 6, so I got back home. We took, because today was my oldest's birthday. Happy birthday, Annalea. She turns 12. We went to Urban Air for a few hours. Got back, and I tuned into that and just was watching the countdown, playing a bunch of old, Cena stuff, and just had a bunch of superstars come on and just big them up, and it was pretty emotional, man. I posted actually on my Instagram story. My son Jackson, he had his John Cena shirt on, and he comes out during the entrance, and tears are already flowing, man. He almost had me, but yeah, it was a little emotional in here for a minute, man. But that's the cool part about pro wrestling, man.
Wish I got into it, man. I wish I did. I did maybe a little bit back in the dial-up TV era. My aunt had a dial TV, and I used to watch Sting, and like back in his prime. That was like my time that I like. I guess to me, wrestling was way cooler back then because you could probably get away with a lot more cool shit. I mean, you're talking about fucking Stone Cold Steve Austin. What did he drive like a truck at one point, or an ambulance or something like that into the ring?
A Zamboni.
Zamboni. I mean, there's plenty of different things, man. There's like back when it's a little bit more
trucks
bloody.
have been all kinds of shit. Yeah, milk trucks, all kinds of stuff.
Back when
beer truck too. He drove a beer truck.
Undertaker rode around the ring in
truck
in a chopper.
Yeah.
That was I don't know. The Attitude Era, was that the Attitude Era?
Yep,
that was the best era.
So, yeah. Like that was the era that I watched, and I guess just kind of got away from it. I don't know. Never got back to it. But yeah, man, I respect it. I respect that the storytelling. Maybe I just believed it was real, and once I feel like it wasn't real, it became not as cool to me as a kid because I don't know, I wasn't into the story that much. But I don't know.
I mean, that's probably a lot of people's.
Never thought it was like
but
lame.
A lot of those same kind of people will watch like Marvel movies and shit and be just like, totally invested. But yeah, I mean, it's a lot of people that I grew up with. Same thing. We were watching Stone Cold, The Rock, Undertaker, etc. And then we got into junior high, and then a lot of those guys, kicked off, and I never left, man. And some of these people are coming back because it is kind of in a bit of a boom period. But yeah, I mean, it's not everyone's cup of tea. But John Cena, he debuted in 2002, so I was junior high for me, I think, or maybe 6th grade.
I was 11.
Dylan, that shit, you were fucking might have been in Pampers in 2002. I don't remember. I don't know, but
negative. Probably still pissing the bed, but I was definitely out of diapers.
Well, yeah, okay. I know you had to be definitely a youngster 23 years ago, but yeah. So just I don't know. Today was just one of those things where it's just another piece of your childhood. It breaks off and kind of just gotta go through. I mean, there's a lot of these guys now. You got your Randy Orton still going. He's bought up. AJ Styles. A lot of these guys are getting ready to hang it up. Same with football. We just saw Tom Brady hang him up not too long ago. Like Aaron Rodgers and some of these old folks. Although tomorrow you got Philly Ribs coming back after 5 years, so that's gonna be interesting to see. But yeah, I was glad to be able to catch that, and I think he'll be legitimately like one of the only guys that will say that he's retiring and he's gonna stay retired. So I don't think he'll do anything crazy, but never say never, man, in the pro wrestling business. Never say never. But yeah, Nick, we bring you on back early 2021. You decided you wanted to open your own business, Synder Wood Working. You enjoy working with your hands, getting stuff done, and you've made definitely quite a few orders and projects for many of our close friends and people we went to school with and businesses and stuff. 5 years later, how would you say the business is going?
I say 5 years later, kind of on a completely different level.
Okay.
Just the difference in projects from when I first started, kind of getting feet wet. Now I'm doing like full kitchen builds and built-ins. It's just crazy.
Now, are you still running this thing solo? You got people working with you? You got any like contractors or what's going on over there?
No, it's pretty much just one man army. Do it all. Bid the jobs, go get material, order material, build, obviously, finish them, run the social media pages, deliver, install. It's all me.
I can dig that. We got somebody here from YouTube. I don't know how to pronounce. Does it say "Puckett in the Dupe"? I don't know. You know who that is, Nick? They said you made a record player years ago. Use it to this day. You know who that is?
Yeah, that'd be my buddy Brian.
Okay, shout out to Brian. Yeah, man. I know you made a couple of like bars or whatever you want to call that for some folks like their basements and like garages and stuff. I know you've done some good work on that side of things. You kind of did some stuff outside of what you usually do for me. I had you kind of do a little deck work actually. You were kind of one of the first people I thought of when I first moved into my house here. Not too long after you started the business actually is when we got into this house. Did a great job, man. But yeah, it's definitely like your expertise. But so I guess if somebody comes to you with a project, since you're a solo act, how like if somebody comes like today, what would be like their turnaround? Like how long is like the wait list, I guess?
Kind of depends on probably the size of the project, what they want. Obviously, like we'll say a full kitchen cabinet build might take a few months. Still work a full-time job, even though this feels like a full-time job also. So as soon as I get off work, out here in the shop working, any free day on the weekend, I'm out here. It's nonstop. And also how many orders I have going at the same time. I don't really advertise too much, just like the Facebook page. That's pretty much it. It's kind of all word of mouth. So sometimes there might be a slow period where there's not too much going on, maybe one project, two, and then sometimes I'm hit with 4 all at the same time.
Yeah, and I mean that's got to be a good sign too. If like you're getting decent business when you're not really advertising, because if word of mouth's kind of moving stuff your way like that, then obviously that tells you the quality of work and the jobs that you're doing out there. I know you're telling me we don't got to get into specifics, but I know you got some pretty big projects on the horizon. I don't know if you've already started those or not. But that's gotta be pretty exciting for you here coming in the new year.
Yes, definitely. It's the next one. I've been in the process for a couple months, getting material, getting everything ready. It's gonna be a game changer. I went, let's say Saturday. I went yesterday. Almost Pennsylvania, like 3 hours away to pick up wood.
Wow.
Yeah, I have it.
Was it because you had to get it like a specific type, or why'd you have to go so far?
Yeah, it's all solid red oak, 12-foot long boards. That's kind of not really something like, say, your box store, Home Depot, or Menards would carry on hand. I can't wait to start. The wood's gorgeous. It's gonna be big.
We need you to get maybe down to Troy, Ohio here for my guy D'Lo. He needs you need like a new deck, don't you, Dylan?
No. I went with a composite decking, and I did all that myself. I just need the steps to be built, and that's obviously going to happen in the spring now. But the whole surface is complete, and I hated every minute of it. So I have no passion to work with that kind of stuff. So cannot relate.
Fair enough, man. Because I know when you first started, we were just getting. I think we probably were still in like COVID era, but wood prices at that time were like astronomical. How have they gotten any better in the last 5 years? Or are they kind of still the same in that same range?
I'd say they came down a little bit.
Okay.
Your plywood still are kind of holding steady. We'll just say a 4x8 sheet of 3/4 inch red oak plywood. It's still about $97. So that stuff kind of didn't come down too much. but some of your regular just one by material, say pine or maple. I mean, maple's still expensive in general, but it's not quite like it was during COVID. That was ridiculous.
Yeah, no doubt. We got somebody else here that said you made their floating entertainment stand, bar, and desk for their studio. So you got people coming in here and vouching for your work, man. So that's what's up. You do the thing, man. Now is this the business? Is this your full time gig now, or are you still working a 9 to 5 kind of? Especially when you said, there may be some slower months, or what's that like?
Yeah, still work a full-time job. Actually, it's for a cabinet shop.
Okay.
When I went for my interview, they do mostly commercial work for, say, hospitals, schools, stuff like that. And I asked them, like, this ain't gonna be a conflict of interest, right? I just mainly do residential, and they're like, no, it's no problem. And I get some benefits from there.
Sure.
With say this project I'm getting ready to start. There's going to be some legs I design that, I don't have a CNC machine, but there's like a CNC machine there at my work that, my owner or boss is pretty cool with. Yeah, if you got something to do, go ahead.
Got a couple of random questions here for you. So I'll start off with the light one. Are there any projects that you had to turn down, and are you at liberty to say for any reason why, other than maybe just not enough time? Because obviously there's only 24 hours in a day, but more of like something either this is obviously way too much of a project for a one-man crew, or maybe any other reason.
Anything that's kind of up my wheelhouse, like say cabinetry wise, I don't turn down. Now, if someone is wanting a full deck built, or say installing entry doors, yes, I know how to do that stuff. I've done that stuff with my dad growing up, but it's not really my thing. I like to just be here in my shop working, one location. You don't have to worry about loading up, going to the job site, working, loading it back up, coming back. I can just walk out here and it's all right here.
I respect that. Now a little bit more of a on a darker tone here. Have you ever give me that look, Bobby?
Well, I don't know where you're going.
Well, have you ever had, or were you willing to build a casket? And has it ever crossed your mind to maybe build your own?
Actually, yes, it has.
Nice.
I guess I'm such a builder. I've even mentioned this before to my parents and whatnot. I'm like, if I'm gonna go, I don't want to be in something someone else has built. I want to build it.
I think that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, you got to put your logo on it.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Comments keep flowing in here. Dylan, if you want to pull that next one up, people are definitely coming through here. I mean, entertainment stand, coffee table, end table, sofa, couch table, barn door, all the trim in the house. Man, did the thing, man. Look at this guy here. What don't you do, man? Yeah. Here's a question I have for you. So, if somebody comes through and they want something custom made, obviously there's like specific measurements and stuff to to where it might just fit for this specific house. What, I don't know, maybe it's happened, maybe it hasn't, but what if you go through the work and get this thing done, and all of a sudden you're like, I don't want it, because you can't. I mean, like I said, you can't put it in someone else's house, or you can't sell it off to someone else because it's for this like specific person. If that has happened, or if it hasn't before, what would you do in that situation? Kind of just, I mean, do they still pay, or you got to eat the money there because you got to basically just destroy, or I don't even know if you can keep anything for parts, or what happens there.
So yeah, pretty much everything is 100% custom. So like you said, if something were to go haywire, what I have, what do I do with it? But thankfully, I've never ran into that situation. I always take half, up front, material. So if something does go to shit, at least I'm really not out of any money of my own for material. And then I guess I'd have to try to pawn it off on someone.
That makes sense, and that's smart. Yeah, take half up front at least, so you're not totally screwed on that. But there you are. Yeah, Nick, you're good with your wood, man. So
Best wood in town, baby.
hey, okay.
I'm quite the
Keep that in
woodworker
mind.
myself.
You're a woodworker?
Is that what they call them?
Pause. So what's we're 5 years in, man. I mean, obviously, I assume this is probably something you'd like to do full time. To where you're not doing a 9 to 5. Do you want to? Because like we're 2.5 weeks from the new year. Do you want to maybe start doing some advertising? Because we had Kyle Bin and his partner Sam from Midwest Pools on here not too long ago, and Sam was telling us that like they started doing advertising on Facebook, and it's like crushing. Like they don't even spend that much. Is that something maybe you would look into? But because there's like two sides to that. More business is good, but if it really starts filling up and it's just you, people are gonna be like, well, what the hell? I ordered such and such 2 months ago, and I'm still waiting. But you can only do so much, so it's kind of weird. Kind of gray area in that, you know what I mean? But is that something you might look into doing going forward to maybe try to get some more growth?
Yeah, it's definitely something I would look into going forward. Maybe more so when I do go full time, because that is what I want to do eventually. There's just something I just want to be my own boss. I'm not the greatest with well, I am, but I don't really like being told what to do.
Sure.
I like to just do it.
Yeah. That makes sense. Our guy here, Matt Smith, what's your favorite wood to work with or best one-off wood you've worked with?
Probably red oak. And this project coming up is all red oak, so I'm even more excited for that.
What is it? I guess like I said, I don't want you to totally put out people's orders and stuff out there, but I guess maybe if you can share what it is in a roundabout way, or if you can at all, who knows. Sounds pretty interesting.
So it's gonna be a conference table. I don't know if anyone's ever seen. There's some that circulate around on Instagram of tables with kind of a construction scene down the center with glass over it. It'd be something like that. All the like little die-cast vehicles inside, and say they're digging a
Is this
trench.
one of your biggest projects, like size wise, or have you got anything bigger? Any bigger wood? You like that deal?
I like it. I like it a lot.
Probably my favorite project I've done so far was kind of a built-in for a living room. It was 15 foot long, or wide, I should say, with a floor to ceiling, which was about 10 foot in the middle, fireplace. Then off that, there was 2 4-foot wide cabinets by 8 foot tall, and then 2 little wings off the side of that. That was probably one of my more shining moments. But I think this one would probably top it.
Okay.
I always like to ask people that are in the customer service biz, have you run into a customer that was just a real dickhead asshole, or like I said, you put something together to their exact, whatever they told you, measurements, styling and whatnot, and then you give it to them and they're like, this isn't what I wanted. Like, what is this?
One time, it wasn't even someone I knew, just someone that approached me for, I don't want to go too far in detail, just 2 cabinets stained to match their kitchen, right? Kitchen had to be 50 years old. It faced the west. It had a big picture window. So even if I had their exact stain color and I put it on, it would not have matched because the sun comes through and fades and changes the colors of things over time. I always check with customers, like, will this work? Is this good? Yeah, it's good. I took them over there. They told me that was unacceptable and to go back to the drawing board on the color. I'm like, son of a bitch. And I cleared it with polyurethane, oil base. And it was not easy to get off. I sanded through it, and I found a stain color that matched pretty good. They were happy with it then. So that's probably the only time. And I would say the one good thing that came out of that was that stain color I found for that to fix. It's probably my favorite stain color now, Minwax Honey.
Okay. So happy mistake there.
Yeah.
No doubt.
I was just gonna say, do you learn more from your mistakes? Because it's something, I don't know if that's an odd question or maybe I didn't ask it right, but I learned a lot from my mistakes doing my deck and learned a lot from YouTube and videos of such nature. But there's a lot of things I've taught myself through the mistakes I made with the deck building in itself. So I guess, what are some mistakes that you've made, maybe that you've learned, that you've translated to the future projects after those mistakes that helped you, I guess?
Yeah, stuff happens at times, shit will mess up, and projects that are painted are a little bit more easier. Kind of cover up mistakes with some putty or whatnot. Anything that's stained, no. Say accidentally cut something too short. It happens. After a period of time, the lines on the tape measure, that quarter you might think is an eighth. Well, now you're an eighth short. So if it's a paint project, you can kind of scab a little piece in there, putty it in, blend it. But if it's something that's getting stained or just cleared, you gotta get another piece because that'll stick out.
Sure. I think like working with wood also, being artistic and such, would be that sometimes you can fail, what do they call it? Failing forward, to where maybe a mistake leads to something even better than expected. Have you had any, I guess, examples or situations like that where maybe you thought you messed up, but you worked around it and worked with it, and the project turned out better than originally planned?
I'm sure there's some. Offhand, I might not be able to think.
Sure.
But I'm not perfect. Shit happens.
Yeah, no doubt. I learned that the hard way, unfortunately.
In the 5 years you've been running Snyder Woodworking, man, if any, what would you say has been your biggest regret so far? Maybe some way that, maybe like we talked about, maybe not going the advertising route. Maybe there was a specific road that you decided to take that maybe didn't work out the way you thought. But what would you say is maybe one of your bigger regrets in this 5-year span?
I wish I would have started sooner. I never thought that this would happen. Yes, I like to build, and I have my whole life. I've grown up in this with my dad. Everything I've learned from him. And missed out on a lot of stuff in life. Sacrificed a lot.
I feel that for sure. Dylan, we've talked about many times, if we would have started, instead of wasting our time and money on college, if we would have just got the CDLs and got shit, moving, especially, for my job, I got a pension. I could have potentially retired at like 48, 49, which is crazy. But I definitely wish, I would have started, because I enjoy doing that. And if, had I started at 18, I'd be almost 20 years in, which is crazy to think about.
Probably number one on the bid board.
37. Yeah, close for sure. Yeah.
Been fucking running that shit, man. Yeah, if I just started a couple months sooner, man, I'd be in a way better spot on the seniority board. at my place. So I completely get that. Just like it's really just, shit happens like you said. Like, I mean, it all happens for a reason. And you just gotta, be where your feet are and make the best of the situation. And what we say, like a few episodes back, a few months ago back, even we were talking about looking in the rearview mirror. And it's Bobby, I think you mentioned it, a quote. There's a reason why the windshield's bigger than the rearview mirror. You just gotta look through that. And maybe it's not best to think of should have started sooner, but the fact that you did start and you are where you are now 5 years later, I mean, just keep building off that.
And we got to quote the man of the night, man, John Cena. Never give up, right?
All right.
Yeah, it all full circle.
Yeah.
All full circle.
There it is. There it is. Now, Nick, there's a lot of people that do what you do. You know what I mean? What sets you from the rest of the group out there? You had people speaking for you, but why don't you speak for you, man? Stun on these hoes a little bit, Nick.
I would like to think I'm very detail oriented. Every piece, every finish, every project, everything matters to me, and I kind of give it my own stamp of approval, or I don't ship it out the door. I go over everything. Hell, even like when you clear coat, right? Sometimes you can't see if there's a run. It kind of blends in because it's all clear, right? So I'll take a flashlight and go around a whole project, but you can't use just the beam of the flashlight. You almost use the outer edge and kind of work it back and forth. And then you might be able to see if there's a run somewhere, and hopefully it's not dry yet. Kind of brush it real quick, or if there's going to be another coat going on, hit it with sandpaper right there, get that blemish out, and then hit it again.
There it is. One of the projects you made that kind of told me, I mean, I already pretty much knew, but basically solidified that, like, this guy don't fuck around. He knows what he's doing. He's the man. Was that project you did for Al Geiser way back, I think probably maybe close to 5 years now, where you made him, I think it was a bar, but the way his hallway or like basement stairs were set up, this is what he had to do was pretty remarkable. He had to build the bar, but then take it apart so he can get everything down in there, and then rebuild it down in Al's basement there. And obviously, that's a little bit of a pain in the ass to do, but that's just the kind of work and work ethic you're gonna get from Snyder Wood Working here. He's gonna make sure we get it done and get it done right. No half-ass shit. Obviously, you would have preferred to be able to just take it down whole or have a couple people haul it down there, but that just wasn't possible. But it don't matter. Never give up. Like you just said, you made it happen, man.
It seems every bar I've done has been down in a basement, and yeah. So, like you said, not only do I have to build it, I gotta make sure I can take it apart in sections, transport it, and then be able to put it back together without it not looking like shit.
Right. Yeah. Because really, there's probably only so many times you can kind of put it together, take it apart, put it together, before it might start looking like shit, or you got 30 screw holes or something, yeah, and in the bar. But yeah, man, that was something pretty cool, and probably something that a lot of people would be like, well, I can't fit this down your hallway here, so call somebody else. There's probably a lot of people that would have did that, because a lot of people maybe want to stay on the easier side or whatever, but you take pride in what you do, and you're gonna make it happen. So that's definitely one thing that I always think of when Snyder Woodworking comes across my page, man. That was a big one.
And it's kind of weird too. I can like see the project done in my head, and then I kind of work backwards from that. And if I'm just starting out on something, well, I'm thinking 3 steps ahead. Once this, and this is done, how is it going to affect this? It's fun to do it, but it can be stressful.
Oh yeah, I believe it. Now, do you like make sketches, or how's the planning progress or planning process go, I should say?
Yeah, I'm kind of old school on that. I don't have no fancy CAD system or anything like that. I'll show you.
Got the old school Bud Light. I like that back there. That's pretty cool.
So this will show up. This will be the project we're on now, conference table. Just sketch it all up. This is designed for the legs, all the measurements there, angles, all that good stuff. Yeah, I sketch it all out.
Old school legal pad, man. I respect it. I totally respect that. Because there's probably a lot of people that I got their iPads or whatever that you can kind of do on there, which is pretty cool too. But I don't know. I dig it, man. Something about taking the pen to pad and bringing it to life there. That probably makes you that much more rewarding, at the end, to take it from what you drew on the page and bring it to life.
Yeah, I wish I had all that fancy stuff. It might look a little better, but no, this is how my dad did stuff, so I just kind of followed with it.
I respect it big time, man. Hopefully when that's finished, you'll be able to post some pictures of that, because I think that's going to be a badass finished product right there. Big table like that.
Yes, definitely.
Finished one too, yeah. What? When do you anticipate having that completed, do you think?
Where are we at here? I would say a good couple months. I think the final deadline for their new shop to be built around May. They were saying I anticipate being done way before then. But that runs into another thing. This has to be dismantled and transferred down a hallway, and I hope 12 foot what's gonna work. Hope there's enough swing in it. 12 foot long, 54 inches wide, 30 inches tall. So it'll be probably a good 6 pieces individually, and then have to go all back together.
And then this is what red oak you said, so that's pretty like dense, heavy shit, isn't it?
Yes.
Like, I mean, yeah, even breaking it down 6 pieces, each piece is probably a couple 100 pounds, I'd imagine.
Yeah, it's gonna have some weight to it, and then there's the glass on top of it.
You can't put those in pieces, can you? That should be one sheet.
I'm gonna break it into two 6. Well, it's gonna be, both of them are gonna be a little under 6 foot, because I want to give myself just a little bit of leeway. However, this is my first time ordering wood, not actually seeing it, but I double checked the measurements today on it. It's 12 foot on the money. So I figured also, if they ever have to get into the middle for anything, it might be a little easier to take off a 6 foot section of glass instead of 112. It'll shatter.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. I mean, just do those things where they tap it with like a nail and it shatters into pieces, or like that's like supposed to be like the artistic way of doing it. They usually do it for like walls or whatever. I'm not a glass guy, so what was I going to say? Oh, you started 5 years ago, Synder Woodworking, and that was in the heyday in the beginning of what we call COVID. And how was those challenges? I'm sure we spoke of it back in episode 104 when you were last on. But those challenges of finding lumber, getting the lumber, because we had either lumber shortage or it was an absolute price hike with lumber. So how'd you navigate those challenges and get to where you are today?
It was crazy. Yeah, it probably wasn't the best time to start a business, but
right.
Hey, born in COVID, I guess, and still striving. It was just wild. Like, say to go to Menards, they were only allowing a certain number of people in the store. Mm-hmm. And they had a long line out front, and then had to go in and make sure you were staying in that line for like 30, 40 minutes, hoping that what you're looking for is still there. But there was definitely some wood shortages. It didn't affect me too bad to where I was in a pinch. I got the shop here, which there's usually stuff floating around if, say, something like that were to happen. but I didn't have the size projects then. I do now.
Right.
So that probably helped out a little bit.
Yeah, it's kind of like a blessing and a curse because if I remember correctly, in 104, it was, you said born in COVID. Like most people during COVID, when like everything was locked down, you couldn't do anything. So people were kind of, finding new skills, new trades and stuff like that, kind of like perfecting that. Was without COVID, would you say that maybe Snyder Woodworking wasn't born at all? Or was this already kind of like in the works before COVID even happened?
It was kind of already in the works before
Gotcha.
that happened. I was kind of able to go hit the ground running because I was laid off from my job.
Mm-hmm.
So it got all my time and attention. I think it still would have done well even without that.
Right. That's good.
I dig it, man. As we start to wrap up here, you got some people watching. I mean, most are people that have already worked with you, but the ones that don't know, let them know, man. Why should they come to you for their woodworking needs over, company A through Z?
Probably because if it's not good enough to be in my own house, I'm not going to put in someone else's. It's going to be spot on the money. Not going to be something cheap and flimsy. It's going to fall apart after a couple years. It's going to probably outlast you, to be honest. To get an item from me, it's going to, we'll say, be one of those, I use this term lightly, heirlooms, but it'll be something, someone's just not going to want to throw away. They'll probably hand down over time.
Okay, so let's put it on a scale of 1 to Amish. Where would you put Snyder Woodworking?
Well, I'm not whittling nothing. That's one thing.
Sure.
Power tools are the way to go, man.
Right.
I'll do a little chisel work here and there, and, sand by hand. But no, not quite Amish level.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I have a personal testimony. Like I said, he helped with a few things on this deck that when I first bought the house. The work was great. We've had several people in here name and list off numerous things that he's made. It's not just one item that they're hitting you up for. They've had basically you're putting stuff all over their house. We've got, like I said, all kinds of personal friends of ours that have come to you for bars and now tables that, and they know that they're coming to you because you're gonna get done. You're gonna get done right. You're gonna get it done however they need it to be. Hopefully with this next project, hopefully you do get a little help, man, lifting all that heavy ass wood, back and forth. Now, a dumb question. I mean, are you wrapping these pieces? Because you got to transport them. So, like, are you wrapping these things up, or how's that all work? Just so
Kind
not
of depends
getting
on the
nicked
size.
and chipped or whatever, rolling around like in your truck or something.
Yeah, I'll put say there's something with a whole bunch of shelves, I'll put cardboard in between, just kind of help prevent scratching. Or if it's something that needs to get strapped down in the truck, I got a pile of cardboard outside corners, so I make sure the strapping don't blemish or distort the finish on items.
Okay, all right, D'Lo. Before we wrap up, you got anything else for Nick?
I mean, you don't whittle anything, so what is your favorite power tool to work with?
Probably the router. There's just so much shit you can do with a router and the different bits.
See, when I think router, I'm thinking Wi-Fi. Can you explain to me, like, I'm 5, what a router is? Or show me if you have one handy.
Yeah,
I see a saw back there.
Yeah, I thought the same thing, though. So
instant Wi-Fi
as well.
What's your download speed on that thing?
All right, so we got 2 here. This is your regular palm router.
Okay.
With a bit. This is just a 1/8 inch round.
What is this used for?
Putting profiles on wood. Probably can't see that.
I don't even know what that means.
So, see that little round over?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So you got a tabletop. And you just run it across. Get rid of that square edge. You'll round it over.
Nice.
Okay.
And there's just a vast selection of profiles you can do.
DeWalt guy, huh?
Black and yellow.
Okay.
And this would be another router. A little more power. Can accept bigger bits.
More power. Whoa. I'm a home improvement guy.
Now, have you had any close calls? Because, I mean, obviously, I know there's probably some big-ass saws in that workshop. You had some close calls where you were kind of sweating a little bit after?
Yeah. Probably the table saw is the most dangerous.
Yeah, I would be very scared to use one of those.
You're asking about mistakes
like
and learning from it.
Yeah.
Earlier,
okay.
I had some drawer boxes I made, and it was just maybe a little too tall for the opening. I didn't account for something. So the box is made. I'm like, well, shit. I'm just going to run it through the table saw, all 4 sides, flip it. Well, in between the fence and the blade, on one of the passes, it pinched ever so slightly. And that blade caught it, shot it back at me, hit me in the chest. I had a big bruise. Sometimes wood, when you cut, depending on the grain, it don't just go through and you're good. Sometimes after that cut, it might want to come in. And then that'll pinch. It'll kick back at you.
Sometimes, yeah. I mean, I had that same experience with some wood that had some knots in it. You hit that knot, that blade wants to, that saw just wants to kick back. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. That sucks. I'm glad you're all right. Just some bruising.
Yeah, that was a couple of years ago. It's all good. I just continued on.
Yeah.
I was more worried about bending the blade than probably myself.
As a true woodworker would be.
Those blades ain't cheap, man.
No, no, they're not. That's an expensive task getting the tools. I mean, once you have the tools, though, I mean, like, and have the tools, have the skill, and then it really just you're like a snowball effect. You just keep rolling.
Yep.
To keep it totally TSP in here, what are your top 3 shop snacks? You're in there doing your thing. What are you popping in your mouth as you're going?
Lately it's been the jalapeno Cheetos.
Banger. Can't be getting that cheese dust on them projects though.
Right, yeah.
No, little tip for you: you crush it in the bag, and then you open the bag up and you just kind of pour them in the mouth.
Yeah, we have an orange fingerprints over everything.
Yeah.
Outside of that, I mean, probably pizza every now and then.
I dig it.
7-Eleven's pizza is banging. I'm just saying.
That's interesting.
For what it is.
Yeah, I've had that before. Yeah, all right.
I mean, $5 for 2 pieces in a pot.
Sure.
You know, it's
hell. I mean, Speedway brings it out hot and ready for you when you're pumping gas, supposedly. So, I don't know from experience, but that's
really
what the sign says. Yeah, the sign says, like get pizza delivered to your pump, or I think it's Speedway. I'm pretty sure it's Speedway, but either way, do you have like a signature that you put on these projects, like maybe it's not even like a Snyder Woodworking engravement or a branding on the actual project? Obviously not in noticeable areas, but do you ever put like your own little mark on it somewhere where it could never be seen, but you know it's there? Kind of like
good question.
Carving your initials into a tree when you're traveling.
No, I've got a branding iron that I've used on some projects. Heat it up for like 20 minutes and press it. And sometimes you get a good press, sometimes you don't. I kind of want to get away from that and go more of like the plaques, especially this next project that I got coming up. I'll probably hit up Hey Abby, see if she can get me one.
Yeah.
Kind of what I'm looking for with my logo on it. Because I've gotten some off Amazon, just says built by Synder Woodworking, but I think it'd be a lot cooler to have the logo on there.
Yeah.
She is the perfect person to hit up on that. I just had her make me, actually, I just started using the coffee cup this week. It's got the logo on there. I got a pretty cool little cutting board for. It's got different spots on there for cookies for Santa, the glass of milk, and then like a spot, for carrots for the reindeer. So we'll put that out Christmas Eve. So that'll be cool. I think the kids will get a kick out of that. And then I can't really give away because she might still be listening, but there's something else in there for a little somebody out there. But yeah, she's great. She does fantastic work. I think that would be a good route to go. But Nick, before we get out of here, man, plug the socials. Let the people know how they can get a hold of you for cabinetry or anything on the woodworking side. If they got some stuff they want to get done around the house, man.
Pretty much, it's just Facebook, Snyder Woodworking. You can message me on there. I believe my phone number should be listed, or you can just message me. I do have an Instagram for it, but I don't really do too much on there. It's mainly just kind of the Facebook's pretty much it.
What you should have did too. The app kind of sucks now, but TikTok, that would a couple years ago, that probably would have been a good little side gig as you're progressing through some of them projects. People would have liked seeing it. I mean, it might still work today, but I don't know. TikTok kind of, at least for me, I think TikTok sucks. But yeah, make sure you follow him on the Facebook side. He posts a lot of pictures of what he's working on, and you can kind of get a firsthand look at exactly how good the work is and what he's doing over there in the shop. So make sure you guys contact him, and if for some odd reason you can't find him, hit me or Dylan up, and we'll definitely bridge that gap with pleasure. But Nick, always a good time talking to you, man. Thanks again for sponsoring the 12-hour stream last month. We really appreciate that. Obviously, we're a little ways away, so I think after tonight, I think we gained a few subscribers, probably from your supporters. So we appreciate that. But once we hit that 500 subscriber goal, we got a 24-hour stream to plan, which will be crazy. But we'll definitely have to reach out to you on that and see if you want to jump back aboard on that. Yeah, I mean, obviously this won't be the last time we have you on. Maybe once this big project's completed, maybe we can get some pictures and kind of see what it looks like when it's all said and done, because I'm pretty intrigued about it. And hopefully, you continue growing. We wish you great success, so keep doing your thing. And yeah, we might also have to do maybe a little merch swap too, man. We might have to get some Snyder Woodworking shirts, deal. I don't know. We'll have to maybe do a little swap scheme, man. What do you think?
Something, maybe in a little maybe something I can put on my wall. That's not too big of a project.
Oh yeah.
Or maybe something like TSP Snyder Woodworking collab type.
Yeah, or maybe
type thing.
Like what are those things called? Where you hang your keys on. One of those things with little hooks.
I think they're just called key hooks or something.
Key hooks, maybe. Yeah, I mean, a key hanger, whatever. But you know what I mean. But like the little mini, with a little Snyder Woodworking insignia.
That can be done.
I might also have to get with you about getting a nice desk made for my studio here. But we'll talk about it. But yeah, Nick, thanks for coming on the show. We appreciate it. We appreciate you guys tuning in, showing support for Nick here. That was pretty cool. Listening to everything he had, I know he appreciated that. We will be back on tomorrow for the 1 p.m. slate. Dylan, finally, since we've started doing these little NFL Sunday streams, we finally got a Browns 1 p.m. game.
We had one last week.
Should be. Did we?
Or 2 weeks ago. 49ers, yeah.
You're right, because we were on with Matt and Chad. Correct. Well, we got another one. Should be a barn burner. Sounds like it's going to be great weather out there in Chicago.
-11.
Half the team out hurt, so we'll see how it goes. But we will be cheering on some of these bets for two of our guys here. Quinshawn's on Julian Guzman's slip, so hopefully he can find himself in the end zone. But I'm looking forward to doing that. And, next Saturday we'll have another friend of ours, Carly Swope, joining us to talk some Nashville, Tennessee life. And we're going to do the TSP Awards. That's always a fun one. So that'll be a nice episode to, cap off our 2025. And we'll come back at it at the top of the year. That's the plan. So, but for now, D-Lo, you know what time it is.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Couldn't have said it better myself. Thanks again, Nick Snyder and Nick Snyder Woodworking. Appreciate the time. Could have been working on a project right now, but you decided to spend it with us on TSP. We much appreciate that, and everyone that tuned in to support TSP 217. Be sure to follow us at TSP_2019 on all of our social platforms. You can see it there on the top left on all of our social platforms and our handle. We love the support. If you haven't already, be sure to like the video, comment, share, subscribe. This episode in its audio form and video form, I guess, condensed video form on YouTube, will be published Monday morning, 6 a.m. So if you missed the live, hey, rest assured, we'll be posted audio wherever you get your podcast Monday on all those platforms there. For myself, Bobby, and Nick, have a wonderful night, friends. Stay classy.
TSP, we like to welcome you. Every show we drop a gem on you to invest in you. We giving you the game, not no lame shit. These other podcasts talk about the same shit. We talk sports, world news, entertainment. Good eats on that grill, we get dangerous.